Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Jamie, and this will be a reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. If you are completely new to tarot, then there are some rules. We'll start with the fact that just because you're a Capricorn doesn't mean that a reading is going to resonate for you. If it doesn't, just throw it away. Toss it. It's not for you. You'll know it'll feel like the reader's wrong or like you're trying to push a story that just doesn't make sense. So let those readings go. Check out the next one. Maybe that one's for you. And remember that the sex or gender of a card that I pull really doesn't matter. I'll pull cards like King, Queen, Emperor, Empress, but I'm not talking specifically about a man or woman. It's a very specific personality type. All of my information's in the description of the video. If you want to catch more readings, you could subscribe to the channel. I do also offer a membership. If that's something that you're interested in, you can click the join button. It'll show you all the perks there. So I have pulled a couple of the moon cards out specifically, and they're just in the spread for everyone. Just because they are some main energies. This is a monthly overview of April, and so we're going to talk about some of the things that are happening there, and then we'll get into the tarot spreads. Okay, so we start off with a win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra. So on the 12th of April, we do have a full moon in Libra. So this will come with some heightened emotions, maybe even some relationship drama, tension between you and interpersonal people. And by the end of it, it really will become more harmonized. It's almost like people sort of have to have a dispute to get a point across so that someone else can understand them, you know? Basically, if any relationships are kind of tense as you're moving into the beginning of April, they will harmonize after that, second week. I feel like that moon is kind of like damage control when it comes specifically to interpersonal relationships. Now, by the end of this, it could be really passionate and steamy. So, in those situations anyway, let's just say. So things are just going to get better. Now, on the 19th, the sun is going to move into Taurus, and everybody's going to come back to Earth. It's like all of a sudden everybody's going to have some level of patience back, and I think they'll be a lot more productive. It's just a better season. I think Aries season has been on some go, 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 and everyone's kind of getting exhausted, and finally we're going to come back into, some earthly Taurus energy, and that's going to feel better. Now, on the 27th, we have a new moon in Taurus, and that's why this card is out here with the prosperity lies ahead. And there's going to be some future planning, and of course with the very practical material things, which is already a Capricorn's thing, right? So, big future planning, not just in relationships, but definitely financially. Making sure you're set up, looking at generational wealth, looking at savings, looking at investments, insurances, all the things that you need to be set up for life. And then finally, at the end of the month, on the 30th, Venus will move into Aries. And this is when everyone gets Twitter-pated. It is springtime. Everyone wants to be a little freak during this time. And so, again, this month you need to be careful about fertility. And several spreads have made me sure that I do absolutely need to warn people about that, if that's something that can be a thing for you. Okay, so the main energy of your spread is the Eight of Swords in the reverse. Okay. The Emperor, the Five of Swords, the Devil, Capricorn energy, the Nine of Wands, the Four of Swords, So for a lot of you, you're finally able to let go of a situation that, I think you've been stuck on for a long time. Moving into April, there could be some type of person that perhaps you, let's say on a romantic level, broke up with, you know, and you haven't been able to really let them go, get them off your mind at all. Perhaps it's kind of been like a winter long thing. I feel like you're going to change your perspective about the situation as a whole. Like, I think there's some clarity here, something that you couldn't see before, a truth about someone. It's, but it's okay though. It's going to help you to move past it. I feel like there's been some distance already. You know what I mean? The problem here is that you've been sitting around wondering why, or what even was the purpose of meeting this person. And I just feel like you've been feeling, I don't know, maybe not in the right vibration. Maybe feeling like kind of, I want to say defeated almost for a while over, specifically for a lot of you, a romantic relationship. And I feel like that's kind of, now that you've had some time and some space, you're finally able to move past that here. So it's kind of like this drama that played out before is not coming to the forefront in a way, it's because it's already retrograde until Taurus. The sun moves into Taurus, like we're retrograding like a motherfucker, right? So we could be bringing up these past situations in the beginning of April to release them. Because again, mid-month, we're going to be looking at the future. But I don't even think that matters. Like, not even looking straight into the new love type of situation. It's the being able to finally release this and not like wake up and have it be the first thing on your mind and like this impeding doom all of the time. I think somebody had that kind of like toxic relationship and it's taken a minute to get past it. Could finally be, just I feel like the energy is better. Now, when it comes to finances, I feel like there also have been some blockages there, some things where you feel like it's gonna be tough to get out of this. I don't feel like it hurt you. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you're a person who has like a savings or something, but like, let's say like the last couple of months, like that money ain't been going in as much as it's been coming out, or something like that, where it's like, it hasn't really been like a good time period. There's been some blockages. That shit's being removed this month. And I think early in the month. Kind of get for some of you that is like just a seasonal thing with whatever you do. Like certain seasons, it's just much slower than others. You just make back up for it, but it's like one season was like ultra tough, something like that. Like I just feel like there's been a part where you've been a little bit scared about how business is going to do or if you're going to get enough hours, and that again, you'll be moving past that. Now, for some of you, you may actually decide that you need to do something else. Like you could be working for other people and feel like it's time to start your own business. Like there's too many blockages with the way that they're doing things and how much you can make. Or you're just tired of not getting paid enough. For some of you, you may feel like your job just creates too many blockages. If you have the type of job where it's like in the summer, it's really busy, you make good money, and then in the winter, it's fucking dead. And so once you really figure out your annual salary in total, it ain't shit per hour. Something like that, where like there's no benefits again for the future. Maybe the company doesn't really offer like health benefits. Maybe you don't work for a place, like the pay is good, but like there's no additional benefits or something. Like there could be some real thoughts, mid-month around how to get the fuck out of any of the, I want to say, tightness that exists in certain corporations or companies. It doesn't even have to exist. You know, they could like offer all kinds of benefits to like full-time people and give you 38 hours a week to make sure you're not hitting full-time, you know, then it's probably like not the best fucking job if that becomes a reward after many years or something. Really kind of looking at the future and feeling like maybe either you got to step out into something new, maybe do something yourself, have some type of second side hustle. You know, like maybe you don't have any intentions of leaving your job. Maybe it has good, decent benefits, but not good pay. Something like that, you know? But there's going to be a lot of thinking this month about how you can make more. I don't even know, why am I even talking to you guys about this? That's going to be a thought every single month. But I feel like there's been some setbacks here, and that's about to clear up. Now, when it comes to like interpersonal situations, some of you might have a problem with a dad, specifically here. I am being very gender specific. I don't know. I feel like for some of you, like maybe Pops is a drinker, or like they just really, they have no filter whatsoever, and they can go like they have kind of maybe like an abusive tongue sometimes, you know, and you might be kind of feeling like you gotta take some distance. You're just tired of like always being like maybe feeling like verbally beat up by this person or something, you know. It's real specific. And it's true, maybe you just need a break, you know. Maybe this is part of some of the stress in your life that you just don't need. It looks like there's already some other stuff going on. It looks like some of the major relationships in life, there's some tension, you know, or a major one has ended and there's also tension elsewhere. I don't know. I just feel like there has been like a pretty stressful last couple of months, and you're finally going to come out of that. For some of you, you may be looking at like the upcoming holiday and feeling like maybe you don't want to go this year, and that's okay. Actually, it's okay. I mean, what's the point if you're not going to be able to have a good time, right? That's not for everyone. That's just for the people who specifically, you know, I guess the Emperor doesn't have to be a guy. You know, if there's somebody in your family or like really close to your family or something that like you just really can't stand, like they're just so toxic, then you don't have to deal with that. Nope. Whoever this person is, it's kind of like a weird situation. I'm kind of I'm kind of getting that for some of you. Like this is definitely like a parent, and this is separate from this whole Emperor energy. Some of you have a parent or parents that really are like really like truly narcissistic. Like a lot of people will say like, you know, that they've like met like narcissists, but like if they were to meet your folks, they would really understand that term, you know, where they just like want everything to be proper and neat and to look a certain type of way, and they don't really care how they make everybody in the situation feel. Like they could just say whatever, and like they are very like argumentative and like aggressive with, you know, the control. Like they want everything to be like done a certain way, and you should like look a certain way, and like especially with like religious observations, like very kind of like controlling and aggressive. Some of you can't not go to a certain function, but you can keep your distance from this person. It's okay for you to be mad at them, even if they don't like that. I just feel like that's somebody really toxic in the family. Don't let them throw you off. They're already going to be fucking up everybody else's day. Why let them fuck yours up? You know, just, yeah. That type of situation just requires indifference. Oh, you don't like what I'm wearing? Okay. Oh, you don't like her dress? Okay. You can't disagree with them. It'll like start a fight, you know what I mean? But like, you don't have to really give a shit. Anyway, those situations are for some people really specifically that are like, how do I deal with these people, you know? For some of you, it's a whole association. You could like feel like, you know, sometimes it is very religious too. Like when you go to observe, you do something like at church or, you know, however you observe, whatever. That the whole shit is like just a bunch of fake, phony people who just like don't live by anything that they're talking about. Like just like this whole establishment is just the devil itself. You know, it could just be, it could be something like that. It doesn't even have to be actually family. It's just like the shit that you feel like they're involved in that's crazy, but you feel obligated to do with them because if you didn't, they literally would lose their minds. You know, it's something like that. So if you have to go, you can go without really like putting any energy into what everybody else is doing or talking about. Like you don't have to get like sucked into that or like. Some of you just need an exit plan. You know, like this is how long I can actually stay here and like stand this for this long. And then, you know, I gotta magically run because there's an emergency. Some of y'all got like that type of stuff going on in life, so that's difficult. But yeah, I just wouldn't give into it or like the thought. You know, like get all frumpy about it or like hate even. I just wouldn't even care. Like that's kind of, Four of Swords with me is kind of like, I don't care. I'm over here doing my own thing. Yeah. Now, any advice, anything that you feel like is a blockage, anything that you feel like it's going to be really tough to get out of, or maybe you just kind of have felt stuck on a while, this is your time. This is your time. You need to take this energy as an opportunity and really go after some new things. If you're experiencing some drama in your life, you need to squash that. You know what I mean? If there's toxic people in your life, sometimes you have to stay away from them, release them. If there's an ex that you're just completely stuck on, that'll ease up. Things are going to feel better. You know, you'll be like more tempted to go out and meet new people. But when it comes to anything that's really, to me, been like throwing you off balance or has just like really been draining you, it's going to start to feel better this month. You just got to give it a little bit more time. It's, I mean, as far as advice goes, though, it's saying, like, you need to be in control of your life, your situations, and how you react to people, you know, the Emperor. The way that you show up is all that really matters. Like, these people, if they're difficult, okay, they're difficult. But you don't have to get thrown off by that energy. You already know they are, so, like, whatever. They're, you know, they just be saying whatever about whoever, so just let them talk and not give a shit. You know, like... It's like a lot of people are, again, going to be in this tense energy in the beginning of the month. And they'll figure themselves out later on. So I feel like the people that are already difficult in life are going to be a little extra difficult moving into the beginning of April. And by the end of the month, for those of you that are single, you could be bumping into somebody that you have a little spring fling with. For those of you that are having any kind of relationship issues, that could end up resulting at the end of the month in the exact opposite issue, where it's just carnal desire and passion and just, but also solidification of relationships. So there's really no way to lose this month unless you let people drain your energy completely. I feel like that's kind of your warning there. All right. I'll see you guys soon.